and I'm reaching down.
And if you believe the camera, I'm about 6'1".
Yeah, he is, guys. He's Giga Tridd over here, dude.
Giga Tridd.
Mega Tridd.
Yeah, I'm definitely 6'1" in real life. Don't come and check that
Don't
for
at
real.
me.
Shoes Money Crew, young and beautiful. Map number 3. Shoes Money Crew on the defense first, and I spot Mr. Mouse on a Bastion.
Mr. Mouse. So it's actually a really, really good comp, and you tend to set up your Junkrat on the right-hand side, defender's perspective, and you whack your Bastion on left side, and it actually sets up a sort of crossfire.
You love that word today, Blank.
I do, yeah. A sort of crossfire is very difficult to deal with. Young and Beautiful immediately making the switch, pulling out Huni on the Moira, because boy, will they need that sustain as they make the rotate onto point.
They're going to run the gauntlet, and unfortunately that path leads them straight through Bastion's rapid fire coming out from his tank form. And they're going to be moving around here. And Danny going down low. Oh, Oblin.
Wow.
And Mal's just going to shred through Young and Beautiful. Just, it's not even fair, Blank. It's not even fair.
See, I think that's a very, very strange way to actually attack it, because they put Allied Barrier on Crandop as he's moving through. At the same time, they whack on the shield pack, as well as throwing out an Orb of Healing. That's far too many cooldowns in a short space of time. You need to stagger those, otherwise there's no way you're getting around. Plus, they kind of left themselves to their own devices in the back. I don't know if they got hit by a trap. But yeah, this crossfire is the problem, because you're trying to avoid the sight lines of Bastion and also avoiding the dirty mines coming out from Junkrat.
This is certainly dirty right now, and there's a little bit of airtime for Crandop. They're just going to run straight under him. It's the only angle they can't shoot him, and Caffey caught off guard by the hail of bullets just running at him. And they move out of Mouse's sight line, but they move into Obling's. And now they're in a death box for him to just spam grenades into. This is not a good position for Young and Beautiful to be in, because Obling can go and flush out the rats with a tire, which is exactly what he's going to go and do now. And
because it's such short sight lines, there's no way that you're going to kill it before it comes in.
You hear it, Blank. You don't see it. That's the problem, and that's true horror. And Slur, he's actually making a scarier film than the Terminator right now, as he's popping a few heads on that Zenyatta. SMC just don't seem to be relinquishing any control here.
Yeah, this comp is terrifying point A, guys, but if you can defeat it, it becomes fairly easy to roll through on point B, just because this comp has to switch. It does not work on point B, and you have no autonomy, and as long as Young and Beautiful hold on to some things, they're absolutely fine coming through to point B. So this is all about, let's just hold here on point A.
It's an all-or-nothing composition, and look at that, he's body blocking the interior to keep him in the line of sight of Mouse, but it's more about Obling you need to be worried about. He's the one getting the kills as they rotate around, and they've lost 2 members already. They lost themselves their speed and their additional shield, and now they're losing everything else. SMC happy to take this one away. They've already burnt through 2 minutes 30 of the time bank, and there's a 1 minute 20 left to go, and they don't have to make any changes, because up until now, Young and Beautiful weren't until Flippy. Actually, he might go in here and just teleport him straight to point, avoid all the sight lines.
Just use the teleport. I mean, Young and Beautiful is just akin to LA Valiant right now, where they've just forgotten how to use Speed Amp, which is kind of interesting to say the least.
That's it, shield him.
Yeah, we just use the teleporter.
Oh, no, he got knocked out of it. They still get through, but they've lost one of their members. Young Savage has to go manually. He doesn't get it. And now they get the self-defense to their own, but tank form from Mouse might be able to brute force their way back onto the point. Transcender's being committed as well, as Barbie has found Young Savage. He was the back of the pack. He couldn't keep up with the team, and he's going to fall behind, as you always take out the weakest member first. Danny.
30 seconds, guys, by the way. Yeah, 30 seconds.
It's not looking too good here, and Shoes Money Crew, they've got a couple of ults still to play with. They've got the supercharger for JK Lowell, and of course self-destruct, and another rip tire for Obling. He's building them up quite fast. Caffey has got that Graviton Surge, though.
Obling has been the true carry. Yeah, we've seen a lot of the spectating being on the Bastion, but a lot of times all these concussion mines have been so disruptive to the rotations of Young and Beautiful. Out comes the tire. 10 seconds remaining.
Oh, there's 8 left on that tire.
It's a zoning tire.
It's not going to be used. He still goes in. He's going to be able to find one. Crandrop goes down. They're still coming to the teleport. He's left the self-destruct there to deter them from going into it. And they've lost too many members already. Danny's going to pop his own self-destruct, but they've already just been burnt through. There's nothing Young and Beautiful can do. Shoes Money Crew with the full hold on Horizon.
My jaw's on the floor. I need to pick it up. Oh, my Lord. That's
6-3 worth of distance to the floor.
Do you know what's funny? The only time I've seen that composition work out is in Chinese Contenders.
Yeah.
And that is a region that I casted which was just filled with wacky and fun comps. And there was not a day in my mind where I thought, coming to EU, I am going to see a Bastion and Junkrat composition on Horizon Lunar Colony, but I'm glad I'm prepared for it, so I can at least talk about it a little bit.
Orisa Treehouse is a very strong and potent composition coming out here from Choose Money Crew, and they haven't set a high bar to go and attack themselves. 33% will give them.
It's a tick. And I think the main thing that you've got to think about is that not once did Young and Beautiful think, why don't we just go underneath them? They
did. They tried to.
No. They didn't go right side. They didn't go right side properly. They didn't go right side properly. They went up through the stairs and then went down through right side.
Interesting. I did see them path.
They already lost a player at that point. Young Savage was
far out So what you're saying with 6 members, they never were able to do it. That's fair enough.
You need the speed boost to get underneath there because it's far easier to deny the damage coming out from a Junkrat because obviously you just put the Diva Matrix around him like a little cage.
Yeah.
And then you run through and go to point and you can test point that way. At some point, someone has to drop. Unfortunately, they don't seem to go for that. And we're just left with this sad situation.
I want Obling to jump from like the top rope and just slam someone right from the out before Young and Beautiful have a chance to even react to it, because he's running out on the Doom.
He's had so many heroes this match as well. It's really nice to see that he's got this huge arsenal of heroes to work with.
He's going back to spawn.
It's just a quick scout. Just a quick scout.
I wish he would flex his muscles a little bit more. He's earned it. You know, he's earned it this game. The performance he's had so far. Mal's going over to the Widowmaker. Saw him pop off on this quite reasonably on both map 1 and 2 to some degree.
Reasonably is a bloody underestimation.
I'll be modest. we'll be modest with this one for now. You got Barbecue on that Sombra, reprising his role. So going to take pop shots. Caffey missing a lot of damage. The protected barrier's about to end. He does get in cover away from it just in time. And Young Savage doesn't have the HP pool to miss that one. Will be dropped, and now any repositioning from Young and Beautiful going to be done at a snail's pace. There's Honey or Hooney will take out Barbecue. They're going for another pop shot from this angle from Mal's. Almost got those walls. And while this has been going on, the point's just constantly being contested because they have that luxury at the moment, Blank.
Oh, here comes Caffey. He's like, I've had enough of this. I can't take it, man.
I can't take it anymore, dude. And just runs at them. Flashbacks to Luddy playing in scrims. Just running straight at the Widowmaker. But unfortunately, he's not as mobile. And Flippy is not as alive. He's going to be dropped back to the spawn room. And Mouse, he's just uncontested on this high ground. He keeps threading these bullets around the shields. And
it's
giving
great
control.
sidelines.
Because they're so distracted with dealing with Obling. He's got a barrage available. Trans has popped early. He can just walk into this one and drop it down on top of them.
Bro.
They got no Danny as well to eat it with the defense matrix. He's switching over to Wrecking Ball. This could be lethal if they could just get in there and use it. And he only finds Cran Drop. Hooney's there, but they've lost too many members. This is surely going to be SMC taking control of the point, taking control of the round, and securing them their first series win of Overwatch Contenders Europe.
Nope, there's someone still contesting. Not anymore. This is really interesting, right? So it's funny because Obling, surprisingly good Tracer. Mouse, signature hero is Tracer. Yet, Slur is playing Tracer. Slur popped off there, actually kept the attention of Caffey for such a long time. And like you were saying, it was so well played because they knew the exact angle, the exact sight line that they wanted to play. They got Mouse set up, and after that, it was all about just coercing that team into a position that they didn't want to be in. And after that, it was just Mouse taking pot shots. SMC, man, they have pulled all the stops out for this one.
Taking out Young and Beautiful, that will confirm the series win. We'll still have one more map to play, but we're going to go to a quick break right now. Welcome back to the final map of Young and Beautiful versus Shoes Money Crew. And unfortunately, Shoes Money Crew have taken the series. Not much you can do about it. Hate to see it, but Young and Beautiful have one more map to play. Watch Point Gibraltar to potentially not go -8 in week 1 and 2.
Well, I have some insider knowledge, boys.
That they're going to go -8? Is that what you're about to tell us, Blank?
They're going to go -8 here. This is a map where I was talking to Recent, one of the coaches for...
recently, I hope.
I was talking to Recent quite recently for Shoes Money Crew. And the guy says, of all the maps in the rotation, Gibraltar is probably my best. And it's because he knows the sightlines so well. The guy was very, very kind to explain that to me. And I think you've seen that all the way through all of these maps, is that sightlines have been a massive thing for Shoes Money Crew, and they've played them perfectly. So shout out to Recent for that. He's definitely got some good ploys going on here and there. But Gibraltar is a map that, it's like Rialto, where you have the luxury of 3 setups on point A. A lot of other maps, I hate to say it, you have 2 setups and then you have a feed fight where you just feed. That's just the way it is.
It's the Hail Mary, right?
Yeah.
You're just like, well, we may as well just go for it at this point.
So it's great to see, and this is one where it's quite aptly explained, is that really it's all about control of blue box, especially when they play this double sniper, which we've already seen so much of, so I would not be surprised not to see it. So far, Shoes Money Crew, they are coming up on a very standard GOATS composition at the beginning. I think that's because they expect that Young and Beautiful are just going to look for the Rhine mirror. So it's fine. Shoes Money Crew going to run out with this one. I'm surprised that JK Lol isn't playing the Winston on Gibraltar first, though, seeing there is so much high ground to contest, especially when you need to keep control of that bridge Tridd. Once you lose bridge control, your backline's very exposed.
The verticality of Gibraltar has always been
interesting.
It's always been a map that's played into Winston's kit, and that's why we've always seen a lot of Winston on Gibraltar. It does surprise me, though. Like you were saying, you've got SMC's sightlines, you've got Miles' ability to play Widowmaker, but you've got aggressive holding positions coming out from Shoes Money Crew, and they're just going to stand on the payload nice and early.
All right, cool. I'll take it. Young and Beautiful seem to understand that this is probably something that's going to be happening. Jonah is now in for Young and Beautiful. Did play in World Cup, and he's been streaming a lot. He does have a very, very diverse pool, and his hit scan is extremely good as well as.
Well, it must be it's either 2 things here for Young and Beautiful. They want to get him some playtime, or he's a really good Sombra. And at the moment, JK Lol's not giving him an opportunity to explore his Sombra gameplay by just plowing into Young and Beautiful.
Yeah, just random, you know. And I think the really first here, it's interesting. You see it on Rialto, the very close hold, where I was talking about earlier. So why not play it here? There is a very, very manageable rotate that you can make towards a corner as you give space away from the payload. But so far, they're just aggressing onto this team so well.
Just keeping them exactly where they want, and they're letting them come out the spawn room just enough to give him the kills, and Caffey's going to stay alive. I'm not quite sure how he managed to get away from that, but Slur, DPS, support, whatever you put him on, he's going to be able to get the kills, and they're just going to pincer these guys even further, not let him get out of the spawn room. But I feel like they didn't get the memo that this isn't Rialto.
This is, yeah, guys, we're not playing Rialto anymore. We do have the new map pool for this week. This is Gibraltar. Just thought you should know. But yeah, like you said, Slur, DPS. He's a Zenyatta as well. He's a good healer. He does it all, guys. But now Shoes Money Crew, they're coming up on 5 ultis available. Probably going to go for the early grab. And look how much charge they've denied to Caffey already from this early aggression.
They've already committed a shatter as well from JK Lol. And I don't think that actually hit anyone. He's going down low, needs that support from Slur, and he's giving him over the healing orb. Going to press forward, Graviton Surge inside the room, just isolates Caffey and Flippy. I love the angle we got of that. We didn't see the chaos. We just saw the grab coming through the walls and then kills show up on the feed. You're like, yep, I know exactly what happened in there.
Something bad happened in there.
Something bad happened to Young and Beautiful. 1 minute 57 remaining.
Casters, that's what you do. Just something bad happened. Young and Beautiful will be coming out with an EMP. Shoes Money Crew, they know that. And what a great disengage into new favorable positions for them. They know that they have to keep Slur on the low ground. Coming up like this, I think, is a mistake, especially versus the EMP, unless he's got mad reaction times to get this Transcendence off, which would be godly. I think that they just run into this
he wants to sit right on top of Slur, make sure he's affected by it. He's going to drop down low, gets the EMP off into this shatter. But Slur comes in a little bit too late to save JK Lol. Barbecue will take out the opposite of Zana. Huni goes down with the Transcendence, but Young and Beautiful don't need it to win this fight.
Doesn't matter though. The Transcendence there forces out far more than Young and Beautiful are looking for. When you use an EMP, you intend to win that fight very convincingly, build up ultimates to the rest of your team. There, they had to use the Graviton, they had to use the EMP, they had to use the Sound Barrier as well as now Shu's Money Crew coming with 4 ultimates as well as that rally coming online as well as. This is such an easy fight for them.
Is this the setup fight or is this the Hail Mary?
This is the setup fight. It is the setup. This is what Gibraltar gives you. It gives you a very reliable third setup fight here.
Crandrop wants to set up his ult. He's about to get it through. Just swings onto the back line. Beautifully placed. Sound Barrier comes in. I love the sound of defeat in your voice then. Going to try and turn it around. Plants that one into the floor. Crandrop.
How is he still alive?
Destruct gets planted. Nice. Transcendence will keep Huni alive. The rest of the team's going to block it one out. Slur's coming in the Transcendence to the fight. It's not the feed fight, Blank. The roller coaster of emotions coming out from you as you realize what's happening. It's just bringing me so much joy. Gustav punches down Crandrop, but Gustav again. He's giving him these hands. He's just running at them. Is this the real Reddit Lucio with 10 seconds remaining? Shu's Money Crew, they might be able to hold off Young and Beautiful.
It's the combat frog. I mean, Reeson said to me that, you know, guy, yeah, Gibraltar, it's one of those maps that you can very convincingly hold, full hold on point C. And he's delivered. He's delivered.
This is point A. I don't think the
point A, sorry.
And he's going to put that Graviton Surge up. They have the ultimates. Caffey just been slamming against the wall. JK LOL dominating the kill feed with a 5K.
Flippy's given up.
Flippy's
play
like
the game, lad.
It's all over. Young and Beautiful aren't able to capture checkpoint A. This is looking mighty fine for an SMC 4-0.
This is, just give him a 5-0. This is very convincing. Style points. Come on.
You don't know what to do with yourself. That roller coaster they've taken you on with this map towards the end has hit you for 6.
It has. It really, really has. I'm in disbelief right now. That fight, though, because I'm going to do analysis. I mean, I'm paid to do analysis. Slur towards the end of that. Jonah got to EMP online. He hopes to finish it there and then. But Slur, moments before, he knows he has to aggressively trance if they want to survive this one. Trances, 0.5 seconds later, EMP comes out. All hope is dashed for Young and Beautiful in this fight, and they survive it. JK LOL, though, got to be my MVP. The shield management from this guy to stay alive through these fights is just incredible.
Well, 4 minutes for a checkpoint A capture. If Shu's Money Crew can do a full hold on Young and Beautiful, I'm fairly certain Young and Beautiful have the capacity to do it. It's possible to do it on a map, but looking at the way these two teams have been playing and the current scoreline, you'd argue that Shu's Money Crew have a good chance of coming out the victor on Gibraltar.
Yeah, now, Young and Beautiful so far, they've had the Sombra in the mix. I do think that for these teams that you really should switch out your break for an Ana, just because the way this works is you have the Ana pressure, and normally when you have an Ana, really ideally you just want to run over the team because they don't have the Diva to prevent a lot of the damage coming through. They don't have a break, sorry, to prevent the aggression. But when you have an Ana and a Sombra can hack them from behind, give free Bionades, and give free Sleep Darts onto the Reinhardt.
Barbie just doesn't want to move from this position until he gets around the corner. No, he's just going to go into the spawn room.
Now I'm going to switch.
I think they were expecting an aggressive defense that come out from Young and Beautiful. Like they
we'll
did.
Do the same thing.
But now that he's switched off, now they're coming back in. They're like, Bastion's gone, lads. Let's move up. Mouse is going to be playing around the corner, as you'd expect. JK LOL and the other tanks are there, playing nice and close. JK LOL stunned up, going down low. Needs some support, and Caffey's going to cut through him as he's knocked further back. Mouse is hacked up. Doesn't have access to his abilities, so he's going to move around. And Obling gonna have to fall back. He's going very low. Nice shatter. Blocks out with barriers, but, well, I mean, it was just for Mouse. The other two are going to end up dropping down, getting killed. And Young and Beautiful pushing SMC back into the spawn room.
It's really important, though, that he actually survived that shatter, because you knew that Young and Beautiful were going for that shatter because they wanted to shut down the charge that was on Mouse. He is incredibly high charge. Just a minute ago, he's on 30%. Now he's on 52, just from a couple of mortar shots coming out from him. So it is incredibly important that he did survive that. Jonah, however, coming up on this EMP. Let's see if Slur can pop off once again. Make it free for free.
JK LOL popped off with the Flame Strike to kick things off onto Flippy. So close to getting that rally as well, as Barbie then takes out Crandrop. So no shields on the side of Young and Beautiful, and SMC are just going to walk straight into them because they don't have that wall of light to break.
Yeah, I mean, during that fight, Jonah did get his vanilla revenge where he just hit Zander Slur to death rather than using the EMP to do it. So Slur's going to be a little bit slow getting back this fight, but Jonah knows he has to EMP very quickly. Grav will come out second after the DM is disabled.
What comes first, chicken or egg, EMP or Transcendence? Jonah going to go tackling Slur again. Graviton Surge into the Transcendence, forced out early, so now Jonah can commit that EMP, knowing that there's no additional healing coming out. He's going to hit 3 members of the team. JK Lol going to get himself down. Young Savage comes out and clears out Obbling. Gonna stay alive. That bubble keeping Barbie enough, giving him enough time to get back, but he will still get DMAXed by Young Savage, who wants to go a little bit aggressive here. He's been hearing that people are taking away his DPS spotlight on the support. Young and Beautiful chasing SMC back to their spawn. They're going to cut short underneath the bridge. Just going to let him escape. For mercy.
For mercy's sake. It's like, okay, we'll give it to you. We'll give this one to you. Barbecue coming up on the self-destruct now. They want to finish this map out with a Graviton self-destruct because it does get rid of people quickly, means that the spawns are relatively together, which means you don't get staggered people coming onto the point, but it only catches Young Savage here, and they've fallen off. They don't think they'll capitalize. They don't get him. That's a wasted Grav.
What a misplay by SMC. They're unable to kill Young Savage. He was in the sightline to get a protected barrier from Kathy just to make sure he stays up there. So they're going to have to do it without the grab and that oh, my pardon, immediate clean kill that we were looking for on the side of SMC.
Jonah, he has the EMP, but I doubt they'll need to use it. Just a good old-fashioned sound barrier and a Graviton into that one, but Barbecue comes back in. The main tank is gone, but there's the EMP to hold this one on for.
EMP shutting down all the lights as Miles will still find Kathy. Young Savage will take him out. Transcendence comes out afterwards. They want to commit to this one with everything. They're just going to clear off the hippity-hoppity frog, but Flippy and Jonah coming back into the fight behind him, chasing them down. There's a nice translocator to get back out of the fight. The panic button for Jonah is there. Wants to get the hack. Shatter just going to ground Gustav and the rest of SMC. 20 seconds remaining. Young and Beautiful might have done it, Blank.
They might have done it. 20 seconds to get back here. There is only Transcendence available. Obling's going to go Giga Chad on this Hoonie here to pop the Transcendence early. JK Lol, he's coming from a Shadow as well as Tridd. That's the main thing to be watching here. He has to hit a big one. He has to make a play.
Of betas and Giga Chads, this is what it's going to come down to. Who's got the masculine traits to get in there, and they've got a touch for the overtime. Barbecue's going to sit down there, but he's going down incredibly low. He's tanking these hammer shots from Crown Drop to stay alive. Transcendence comes in from Hoonie. Jonah's going down low, but it's the Tracer from Mouse. His signature hero. He wants to go in there. The hack will shut down the Shadow, but he gets it out in time, and he just has to stand there. No mobility. Point and click for SMC, and they're going to drag and drop this map into the victory basket.
Easy peasy towards the end there. JK Lol. He makes this game just look so wonderfully simple with that one shot towards the end there. Very, very nice. But he was hacked for so long. That 6 seconds just barely leaving as he's spamming the Q button. He's like, I gotta go, I gotta go.
And he lands it perfectly, hits multiple members, and Mouse can just walk in from behind and just clean up, dink some heads. He's got no targets. I'm moving away from those today.
Easy. It's a very, very nice point. And recent, he definitely paid his debt. He was like, I said, you know what, we're going to full hold, and he did. No, he wasn't joking. He doesn't give up on the promise. This guy.
No psych. No psych on
please,
this one.
No psych. Yeah. That's what I was like towards the end. I was like, 10 seconds, please, no psych.
Absolutely. This is probably one of my favorite maps from Contenders so far in this season.
Oh, yeah.
Just
wonderful.
The defense coming out from SMC, the confidence to run into it with this Bastion composition, which, like you said, rarely sees some consistent success. It usually falters at some point, but you can burn through a time bank quite sizably, but to get the full hold off on it as well, and even adapt to some variables like the Symmetra being thrown in. Mouse, one of the key factors in that one, like you kept alluding to, with the sightlines.
But that's the thing, though. I don't think that Yab did a good enough job to deny those sightlines a lot. A lot of times not taking control of heavily contested areas. Sure, they had this corner on lockdown with Flippy, as we can see there, but it just didn't come to fruition a lot of times, and we didn't see that. So the main thing that I want to talk about is we didn't see the deny of the deny. I saw some kiting. I'm sorry, I know that sounds weird.
It's a double negative.
It's a double negative, right? So really, SMC, they want to kite away. And then what you want to see is also Yab kite away as well, as rather than committing fully to the fight. I think we did see that a lot come control, but then things started to fall apart towards the end of these maps.
And that shatter just the ground. Gustav, they didn't want him running around anymore on this one. And impressive full hold from SMC. Did look quite shaky at the end there. Young and Beautiful on the brink of taking that final map away for them. But now, SMC, you get to celebrate your
you do.
you get to celebrate your map differential of 0.
Yeah, you're on 4-4.
Yeah, 0 is where we're going to go with that one, though. We've actually got an interview with Barbecue from SMC. So, Barbecue, how are you after that first victory, my friend?
It feels just good to win. Like going into getting 4-0 the first game, it's like always bad. But like we have been able to pick it up, improved in scrims, looked at the mistakes and tried to improve on it. And I hope it showed today.
It certainly did. You definitely impressed Blank. He was thoroughly impressed with Horizon. Did you know that you were playing on Gibraltar final map? 'Cause it looked like you were trying to play it like you were on Rialto. What's up with that?
Well, I'm not sure. Like holding close on Gibraltar is equally as good. Like it's not the same as Rialto, but you can still get onto the 90 payload, and it's just usually in goat to goat. You just open sightlines and just fight. You could.
So in that fight there, Barbecue, I think at the beginning, so you seem to be quite confident in your neutral fights. I like that a lot, considering you're going against Caffey. I think you had great moments where the team called to kite away whilst he was going for his bubble rotations, and then you came back in again. Is that you coming from there, the brains of the team? I've heard stories. Man.
No, like I think everybody is like part of it. Like Gustav does a lot of the like rotation calls with his amp. He like calls, I'm speaking back, I'm speaking forward, and I think we all just like keep track of bubbles. Everyone's trying to call as much as possible as a team. And going to this game with new Cafe is a bit greedy with his bubbles. They try to play off it, and that's like one of the focus points we had. So.
Yeah, paid off in a big way.
Yeah, it was the trap we alluded to actually at the beginning of the show. Thanks so much for joining us, Barbecue. Congratulations on your win, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Yeah, see you, boys.
Big brain Barbecue.
Big brain. He's such a nice lad as well.
He's very modest as well. Yeah. He said, no, we're all contributing a little bit of
just
knowledge.
very happy to win. It's quite heartwarming, to be honest with you.
Like I said, I'm still going to be that guy and just say, well, they're now on a map differential of 0 with 1-1 record.